Okay, do you want to introduce yourself?
Okay, so, hi, I am Victor Pate. I am the New York statewide campaign organizer for the Campaign for Alternatives to Isolated Confinement. I am also formerly incarcerated, as well as being a survivor of solitary confinement myself. And I'm here participating in this convention as a representative of the National Religious Campaign Against Torture to bring awareness and education on the atrocities and the inhumanities that our human people suffer in our prisons and jails. And as a person that has been formerly incarcerated over 17 years ago, I've done over 15 years in New York State's prisons and jails, and came out and decided that I wanted to do something to change our inhumane and discriminatory, racist and biased system. So I came to the Correctional Association, which is an organization in New York City that assists people that have been formerly incarcerated, that leads coalitions and campaigns to reform the criminal justice system. So I got my first start as a campaign representative with the reform of the Rockefeller drug law. But I vowed once I got out of prison that I would never ever go back again, and that I would do everything within my power to change the system as it is and to help those that are still in our prisons and jails. Because I know that everything and all the horrors and the abuses and the atrocities that I suffered when I was in prison, that there are still others that are in prison today suffering the same inhumanities, the same abuses. Women, children, young people, people with mental health issues, and people that just have overall issues in themselves. Our prisons and jails do not reform people. Our prisons and jails do nothing but make people worse, because it's not preparing people to be productive citizens once they are released. So my basic function here, and as a campaign organizer for the Campaign for Alternatives to Isolated Confinement, that we currently have a bill pending in New York State that will abolish and reform solitary confinement as it is. And we do this through our advocacy work, through our legislative campaigns, and through our lobbying our various legislators for them to change the laws. We currently have a bill that's called HALT, H-A-L-T, and it stands for Humane Alternatives to Long-Term Solitary Confinement. And what this particular bill will do, it will reform our solitary confinement process, and it will create more therapeutic, more humane, and more rehabilitative alternatives to isolated confinement, where you will not only just have people isolated, and where you will not only deprive people of sensory deprivation, but you will assist them in whatever issues or behavioral problems that they may have. Because oftentimes people are placed in solitary confinement who already have a mental health issue. But while they are in solitary confinement, they are receiving no therapy and no rehabilitative services that will help them to address the issues that they might be dealing with at that particular time. So what we are saying is that with the humane to alternative to long-term solitary confinement, this will create opportunities for people to receive therapy and rehabilitative processes so that they can deal with their issues. And a lot of times people go in with solitary confinement that have no mental health issues, but sometimes they often emerge with those particular issues. So solitary confinement is inhumane, it should not be, and even our UN General Assembly has adopted a rule called the Mandela Rule. And what the Mandela Rule states is that no one should be held in long-term solitary confinement past 15 days, or if they are, it is considered torture. And anyone being held in our prisons and jails in any type of long-term solitary confinement past 15 days are in violation of the UN Mandela rules and mandate that has been agreed on by our UN General Assembly. So for the most part, that's what I do at alternatives to isolated confinement.
Awesome. So this is a multi-faith organization, correct?
It is.
And you identify as Muslim.
That's correct.
And you find that this issue can be all faiths. Like, this is not a UU issue, this is not a Muslim issue, this is a human issue.
It's a human issue, it's an all ethnic group issue, it is an all around general human issue. Because it is something that not only affects the people that are exposed to solitary confinement, but it also affects the communities that they will one day return to. Because if you keep a person isolated from everything and everybody, with no interaction with another human being, and it has scientific information to prove that any long-term deprivation of human interaction will create mental health issues, hallucinations, psychological, physiological effects happen as a result of that. So this is not just one person issue, a one faith issue, a one ethnic group issue. This is an all-encompassing human issue, and no one should be treated the way that people are treated in our prisons and jails by being placed in long-term isolated confinement.
Okay, thank you for sharing.
My pleasure.